Hey, my name is Mary Grissom. I'm the Vice President of Community Investment at the Community Foundation of Louisville.
Mary, in your opinion, what does Give for Good Louisville mean to the local community?
It means a lot. Louisville has been through a lot in recent years, and every time and in every way, the nonprofit community stands in the gap. We are the after-school tutors. We are affordable housing. We are, basic needs, food on tables. And so this is a day, Give for Good Louisville is a day where we get to decide what kind of community we want to live in. A community where we take care of each other and where we are generous to make sure that our neighbors have what they need.
Okay. That's a great tie-in for this next interview.
Jessica, we're back.
Hi, welcome to Give for Good Louisville, number 10.
Number 10, that's right. We're live from Louisville Slugger Field. My name is Chris Strub, the Giving Day guy. This is Jessica Holman up here. We're still getting used to this whole vertical thing. We hope you're enjoying watching on your phone. If you're watching on your computer, Jessica, I would encourage everyone to grab your phone and watch on your phone. It's really cool to watch the full screen. And also, even more importantly, Jessica, we encourage to go to www.giveforgoodlouisville.org and make a donation. We've got just about 16 hours left to go in this wonderful Giving Day with more than 500 participating organizations. And Jessica, we've got several of them lined up here waiting to chat with you.
Yes, I'm sitting here with Monica Unsel from Until Justice Data Partners.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. I'm so happy that you are here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, I love data. Data tells the story. So tell us about Until Justice Data Partners.
Yes, Until Justice will be 3 years old this October. However, I've been doing this work for about 15 years. So our roots are in the environmental justice movement and climate justice movement. What we do is we work with community partners for free, so your donations will allow us to provide free services to our community partners where they can help sustain existing research programs, create new research programs, and use data and data gaps in their advocacy work. So when we define data, it's not just a number. Data is art, data is qualitative, it's lived experience. Those are things that root the numbers into reality. And we're very much about data for action. It needs to be actionable data, it needs to be open access, there needs to be language access, and it needs to be collected and used in a way that upholds the principles of data justice.
Yes, because data can be used in a very good way and a bad way, especially if it's wrong data.
Yes.
And some people like to just lift it and keep it moving, and it tells the story. So tell everyone about the community-based research and how that helps support or counter bad data that's out there.
Well, we're actually wearing, I'm actually wearing a t-shirt from one of our community partners, which is Rubber Towns for Emergency Action, REACT, here in West Louisville, where there are about a dozen Title V, which means very big, chemical facilities that release some very toxic and chemicals that are very concerning for our health. So some of the work we do is saying, where are the data gaps on this chemical? So we know that there's emissions that are released. However, when the government comes to regulate them, they use data that's from the company itself, which automatically introduces bias. And thanks to apps like Smell My City, and just because we engage with community, we know that these odors are still occurring after the monitors are not being monitored. So part of the community research is saying, what are the monitors not capturing? What are the industries not telling regulatory bodies about? We also want to build up infrastructure so that we can have independent data sets. So maybe independent air monitoring, independent water monitoring, independent means on how do you best communicate a shelter in place. We've had a couple of those recently, and a lot of community members were completely lost as to what to do. So they were calling us, or they were calling REACT to saying, how do we shelter in place? What does this mean? How do we decipher these very technical bulletins that come out when there's a chemical spill? Or even how can we present it, or what symptoms should we be monitoring for? When the East Palestine disaster happened, that vinyl chloride came down here. And there are symptoms that people need to monitor, to talk to their healthcare provider about, but that information is not publicly available. So with our community research, we encourage communities to track their symptoms or any changes in their health so that we can prevent a case to, and when I say we, it's us with our partners, to the health department or to policymakers so that we know how to prevent it next time, but how do we respond to these public health threats.
It's pretty powerful. You know, it's a lot, and I'm from Louisville, so, and there's different places that smell. It's a consistent smell.
Yes.
And so are you attacking or all of those places, or just is Rubbertown first?
Well, of course we work with REACT. We've been working with them for over a decade, and we live here. However, we work internationally. Yes, so we have partners in communities all over the United States and abroad as well. So one of our projects that we're trying to soft launch is a national data core, where it's a team of scientists supporting community researchers, helping them get to conferences, making sure they can publish their data. And that has 9 groups from Alaska to the continental US. And we want to soft launch it here in Louisville and in Eastern Kentucky to build up that EJ infrastructure. So number 1, people know what they need to know to protect themselves and their families. Number 2, they can advocate for the fact that no community should have to go through this. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you vote for or what, no community should have to go through this.
Okay, so we can find you on giveforgoodlouisville.org.
Yes.
And
yes, we're either climate change and environmental toxics experts.
in the cause section. So everyone, if you're near environmental justice or just environment in general is near and dear to your heart, reach out to the folks at Until Justice Data Partners.
Yay.
And join the movement. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank
Monica.
you, and we'll get through this together. So.
Yes, we will.
Yes. Thank you.
We'll be right back with our next wonderful nonprofit. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Hey, it is PK with Alt 1051, and congratulations, Kentuckiana, 10 years of Give for Good Louisville. Now let's get back to the action, meeting some more amazing nonprofits down at Louisville Slugger Field.
Hi, welcome back. This is the 10th anniversary of Give for Good Louisville. We just wrapped up with Dr. Unseld from Until Justice Data Partners. What a wonderful conversation, educational conversation for the community to get involved. We now have Marcus from Cultured Mornings.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Jessica. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. I'm up.
We all are. So tell us about about Culture Mornings and how we can get involved.
Yeah, so Cultured Mornings is an organization where it inspires youth to engage in the culinary and hospitality world, specifically the chef position. So how we got around was Austin and I were just talking in a kitchen space in May of 2020, where we were like, how can we make an impact in our community? Chef Austin, who has been the co-owner of Super Chefs and the Dripping Crab, and myself that has an education background, currently getting my doctoral program degree. It was one of those things where it's like, okay, how can we infuse that into something great for our community? So we started talking and we started understanding that in the midst of 2020 with the pandemic, with inflation, with restaurants closing down, with not a lot of culinary departments in our K through 12 schools, we were saying, okay, enough's enough. We got to do something about this. And so we decided to start Cultured Mornings based on what was happening in the marketplace here in Louisville, Kentucky.
I love that. I remember, like, because child obesity is real.
Yes.
And so,
yes.
Are you noticing numbers going up or going down due to your initiative in the community?
Yeah, that's a great question. Now, specifically with the data, I don't have that right in front of me. We do see that understanding what's on the nutrition label is important. If we can actually just go back when we went to college, right? We had Doritos, we had Powerade, we had noodles, right? And it was just like, wait, okay, even though that was cheap and easy and quick to make, it's still not healthy. And so one of those things that Austin and I understood when we were in that stage was like, we could have made something more healthier, and it could have been quick, and it could have been better for us. That's why our tagline is small portions, big impact. Because when you take things one bite at a time, you'll understand what's happening around you.
And I love that. So, and also you're preventing food insecurities too, because
Yes.
there's areas in Louisville where there's food deserts.
Yes.
So how are you combating that?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the ways that we're combating that is one of the things that I love to mention is understanding. In all your ways, get understanding, having access, having an understanding of where the food is at. One of the things that is great here, I want to shout them out anyway, is Dare to Care Food Bank. They have a food finder. So understanding that, hey, I know that if someone knows that there's an area where there's a food desert, you can actually go to that food finder and then say, okay, there's a food pantry, is there a grocery store, is there a mobile market, things like that. So having understanding and access to tools, that's one of the things that we're going to be teaching youth in middle school and high school to understand, like, hey, if you don't know where things are, you can actually utilize a resource. So that's what we're all about. We're all about partnering with different organizations that have an understanding about food insecurity, and then understanding where they can get access to it from, because that's one piece of food insecurity, is understanding where you can engage with food.
Okay, Okay, Marcus.
You got it.
So someone.
You see, I'm straight. I'm right there, like ready.
So if, like, if someone's new to Louisville and they stumble upon Cultural Mornings.
Yeah.
What are the top 3 things you want them to walk away with?
Yeah, so one more time, reiterate that question. I just want to make sure I got that.
Someone new to Culture.
Yeah, okay,
First
yeah.
time learning about Cultured Mornings. And what would be what would you want them to walk away knowing about Cultured Mornings?
Yeah, that mentoring and coaching is very important, and we'll be able to provide those services through our Cultured Mornings program. First and foremost, we'll be having our inaugural cohort this coming up to the end of this year and the beginning of next year. But I'm not going to tell you the specific date. But what I am going to tell you here live, you have heard it first, October 1st is our application day. So please be on the lookout for our application day for middle school and high school students. And so we're happy to say that. And then so what are the takeaways is that they're going to have an understanding of how to engage with our cohort, learn about food insecurity that we've talked about, learn about the culinary and hospitality world, get mentor and coach, like I was talking about in the beginning, by culinary chefs. And then also, if they have, we're only getting 50 students. I'm going to let you guys know that right now. It's only 50 students, and we're going to try to increase soon. I think we want to do 25 in high school, 25 in middle school. And then right afterwards, if they complete our program, you heard it first again, Super Chefs Academy is coming up right after that, and only a select few is going to get that out from our program at Cultured Mornings Institute. So be on the lookout for that on October 1st.
Wow. So how much does this program cost? Like, if you
It's free.
want to apply?
Free. $1 million worth of services for free. $1 million worth of game for free.
So excited. So, is there anything else you would like to share with the community
Yes.
before you go?
Please go to our website, culturemornings.org, subscribe, go to our Facebook page, our Instagram, it's all in there. Also, our YouTube is now up as well. We have several different things, including our sponsorship packages. So if you want any type of engagement or return of investment, it is there for you.
But Marcus, today, they need to
Today?
go to Give for Good
Today is the
Louisville.
day. That's
Today
right.
is the day, and it's actually on the website too as well. So don't forget, Give for Good. Thank you, Community Foundation of Louisville, for hosting this.
And
Thank you.
thank you
You
so
got it.
much, Marcus. And we've got Dan over with Buddy here. Check this out. Dan, you want to run back over there real quick? Marcus, thanks for being here, man. It's great to meet you.
Thank you so much.
What an awesome group.
Yes.
You can see there on the screen there, we got Buddy here as well. Just a really thrilling day here at Louisville Slugger Field. Again, we are there. There's Buddy. We want to give a big shout out to the Louisville Bats, our wonderful partner here that are helping us make this great event possible here at Louisville Slugger Field. So thank you, Buddy. We appreciate you. Thank you, Marcus. Yeah, Marcus is my buddy too. Marcus is like, I'm your buddy. That's right. That's right. We're all buddies here. We're getting our next nonprofit on here, Jessica. We are just about ready to keep on rolling.
Yeah.
Ready when you are. We got some
10
prompts
years
coming in.
of Give for Good Louisville.
That's right.
And if not, it's happening. Like, we're rolling in. Donors are rolling in as well. I'm looking at the ticker. It's like steady. Thank you, Kentuckiana, for showing up and showing out.
I'll just have a roaming camera.
$737,000 here.
Sorry. Wow. We have had a host of organizations today from,
And who are we bringing on next here, Jessica?
next. It's a long next. It's People Against Trafficking Humans. Unfortunately, that's a real thing.
And here
Coalitions based out of Kentucky. Their acronym is PATH. Again, it's People Against Trafficking Humans. Coalition of Kentucky. We have Kim Becker here with us. She's setting up. She's got her props going on. How's it going, Kim?
It's good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So tell us about PATH.
So PATH is People Against Trafficking Humans Coalition of Kentucky, and we are an education and awareness organization about human trafficking. And many people, particularly here in Louisville, think that human trafficking only occurs during Derby, and they kind of relate it to sex. And so sorry, everybody, this is a deep topic for 8 o'clock in the morning. But, if we're not going to have these conversations, then who will, really? So people relate it to Derby, they relate it to sex. Well, happens all year round, every socioeconomic status, every city, all the time.
You're absolutely right. Every time there's a big sport event or any big event, you do hear it more. What are some signs that everyday people can be on the lookout for?
So, really great question, because one of the things that I learned when I first started working with PATH is the people that you see standing on street corners at the end of highway off ramps, things like that, that we're used to, we're kind of used to seeing and seeing a little bit more. But if you pay attention, you might see a parking lot that's very close by, and you might see a car and somebody just sitting in the car, and the car is always there when the person is always there. So that's the trafficker making sure that their person is in place to get money. And then that money, of course, goes back to the trafficker. It doesn't go to the person who's standing at the end of the street that we all want to help or think that we need to help, of course.
So what's the difference between, because what you just described sounds like hitchhiker or someone just needing a helping hand.
Needing help, standing at the bottom of the ramp.
It's the car in the parking lot.
It's
so if you don't see that, is there another sign? Or?
So there are lots of things to look for. A lot of the hotels, companies, Marriott in particular, has been doing a promotion campaign about watching for human trafficking in a hotel. That was one of the things that COVID did for us, is that people who utilize the hotels for primarily sex trafficking, when we stopped having hotel maid service every day, housekeeping service every day, it made it easier for the traffickers to come in and stay and for nobody to notice. So that's one of the things. If you want to watch for somebody that's maybe a younger person with an older person, and that younger person doesn't want to look at you, doesn't want to engage, has what we would call standard answers kind of thing. Those sorts of things, where wearing the same clothes, wearing clothes that aren't appropriate for the season also.
So on Give for Good Louisville today.
Yes, today.
What would the investment go towards?
So our nonprofit is all volunteer led. We do not have an executive director, and not that the organizations with executive directors are bad, but we are all volunteer led. And we want to educate in the community, and we do it at no charge. So any organization, club, corporation can request us to come in and give like a Human Trafficking 101 presentation. What we are hoping for really with Give for Good dollars today is that we would like to put on an educational conference in 2024, make it as low cost, nominal cost as possible to get to as many people as possible. And so we're looking to do like a Human Trafficking 101 conference, 2024, low cost, no cost, as many people as possible can come. Not that we have reached over 600 people since Give for Good last year with our educational sessions. The year before that, we actually reached 1,200. And since we have been participating in Give for Good over the last 4 years, we have reached over 2,500 people with our educational programming. So we really just want to keep that going.
Absolutely. On a happier note, are you
Yes.
strategizing with the prizes?
Well, we would love to win Greatest 2 Minutes of Giving, $5, $15, $20,000, $10,000, $5,000 prize, of course. We are not really strategizing. We appreciate anything that we can get. Again, we are a small nonprofit. We are all volunteer driven, so your money goes directly to the educational programming and allowing us to do that at no charge for anybody that wants it.
I think that's wonderful. Education first, you just did those tips that you gave, never would have known. And definitely, I was one of those people who associated sex trafficking, or human trafficking, sorry, with sex.
Yeah,
I just
absolutely,
did it,
absolutely.
And with a big event.
Yes.
So that's good to know that, it's not good to know that it happens every day, but I'm more aware of what to look for.
And that is what we want. That is our goal, is that people just become aware, because it's a topic we don't talk about, we don't like to talk about, but we need to. And labor trafficking is also another big thing. And so.
Okay, was there anything else you would like to share with the community before you go?
PATH, coalitionofky.org is our website. Reach out, you can schedule a session with us. We appreciate everybody. We appreciate the donations today. Looking forward to it.
And it's free.
And it's free.
Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jessica, I gotta turn my mic back on. Oh, we've got Christina's getting interviewed here. This is like breaking the fourth wall here. That was such a meaningful, special interview. It was so great to hear from these organizations.
Absolutely. I feel way more informed.
There's Trisha saying thank you for all you do, PATH, and all that PATH does for the city of Louisville.
Thank you, Trisha.
Kim, your friend Trisha says hello. Trisha Williams says thank you for all that you do for PATH. Yeah, you can come on over and say, watch my wire there. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Trisha Williams. Thank you for watching. Thank you for donating. Thanks, Chris, for doing all this, because he has a long, hard day.
Thank you so much, Kim. I really appreciate it. And Misty Back says great info. So we really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Kim, for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kim.
Look at Buddy's trying to get the
Oh, look at Buddy. Yes.
twisted two separate directions there, Buddy.
Oh. Yes.
Oh, hey, there we go. We love that.
That's awesome.
You had one job, buddy. One job. Jessica, this has been such a fun day so far. Thank you so much. We're going to be back in just about 2 minutes with more with Jessica Holman, more with me, the Giving Day guy, Chris Strub. And don't go anywhere. It's Give for Good Louisville live from Louisville Slugger Field. Jessica, we'll be right back. We got like 2 minutes, okay?
Yes.
Don't go anywhere. This is Jessica's favorite song, too.